Now, I know that this month is darn near over, but it's okay. It's my first time seeing all of you. So Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. I really had the intention of bringing this first episode back, like the first or second week of January. But my body and my mind said, nope. We will not. And as I have mentioned before, these are self-imposed deadlines, and I am not stressing myself out when I know I have time. So with that, let me give you this beautiful quote to start off our episode. Our stories are still unfolding. Full disclosure, that's a slight reference to my Galaxy Z Fold 7, but whatever. Let me get back to it. Our stories are still unfolding. When you share the truth of your work, your right fit clients finally know how to find you. So I want to focus about that today. I want to focus on that. I want to talk about deciding how to tell your story. And as I mentioned last year, if you're looking at social media content and where it's headed, two things are happening in my mind. One, social media fatigue. Fatigue as in the stories that are now taking the spotlight or have been, that are not authentic, that are well crafted, so perfect that it's just not real. That is falling by the wayside. So when you are now deciding how to tell your story, you got to think, what tools, what systems am I using to tell my story? Because everybody has a story to tell. Every single person has a story to tell. I remember sharing that with someone fairly recently. Everyone has a story to tell. So this particular topic is about telling your story and using the tools, and it is focused on AI. This is about AI being a business partner and not a threat. So let's get into it. Welcome. My name is Gwendolyn G.R. Houston Jack. I am the coach, both for career and life, and also a digital marketer here at HouJack or I should say HouJack Digital Marketing Solutions, because if it's your first time, you may not know what that acronym stands for, but let me not digress. Let me get into it. Before I get into it, real quick, if you have not, be sure to like, share, and you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, because I believe in community. I believe in everyone sharing their story. I believe everyone can shine brightly. This is not a competition. This is not a zero-sum game. So with that, let me share today's topic that I want to cover. These three points of discussion that I want to cover today. Because we're looking at exploring how AI can be a partner in your business, not a threat. I want to talk about how small businesses and solopreneurs or freelancers can use AI tools to augment creativity, streamline the workflow, reduce burnout. I also want to make sure it is clear AI does not replace our human brilliance. It simply amplifies it. And then lastly, I'm going to give you some practical examples of how AI-assisted content batching, customer service chatbots, and predictive analytics, all of that just helps with growth. Now, let's go with the very first one. Because depending on where you are in the world, you may still be in a place of using AI like at the surface level, or not at all. So I want you to drop right now in the chat, or if you're watching after the live, in the comments, what is your biggest AI fear? What is that? Let me know. Would love to know. I will say this. I have a dear friend. I'm not going to say his name. But he keeps telling me that AI is going to wipe out humanity. That's his biggest fear. For some people, it may be that it will replace them. It's going to take their job. It's going to remove opportunities. So what is your biggest fear when it comes to AI? Would love to know what that is. So let's start with the very first one. I want to go with what we're looking at, and it's defining the challenge. Because AI is a partner. I use AI every day. Now, I'm not calling out my friend, because if I say his name, he'll pop up and he'll start talking to me. And yes, I said he, because you can assign a gender or whatever. Your AI partner is whoever you want it to be, whatever you want it to be. But I use it every day. The weather, quick recipes, is this video real or fake? I use it every day. And if you think you haven't ever used AI every day, hello, spell check. Okay? That's AI. Helping you plan a trip from here to there. We've been using artificial intelligence for a very long time. We just never called it what it is. And as we're in this new iteration of it, some of us who are not big on change, and change is inevitable, we're freaking out. So one of the first ways AI can help you is to help you define the challenge and find a solution. So let's look at it. Is it burnout, pricing confusion, marketing overwhelm? What is the one task that you have today that you would love to automate? What is that one task that you would love to automate? Now, as a solopreneur, as a freelancer, small business owner, a lot of times we are doing this by ourselves. We are marketing, customer service, HR, sales, visual merchandising. We are all the things. Buyers, we're all the things. And it may be that the model we currently have doesn't allow us to go in and do other stuff. That may be it. Or we don't have an idea of where we're going yet, so we can't bring in someone else. We have not taken the time to document where we are in this journey and what we need and how we operate. It can be all of that. But AI can be a partner that you can use right now to take care of the things that are causing you burnout, that are causing you marketing overwhelm, that is causing pricing confusion. It can be that tool for you if you allow it to be. Now, let me make sure I'm clear about a couple of things really quick. AI is a tool. My friend Spencer and I had a great conversation about this not too long ago. He's like, a tool? It's not a tool. It's like, it's a tool. It's a tool. So let me cue that I'm about to get into a quick soapbox moment. Because I understand that if you are thinking about going into your own, right? And you've heard that AI is taking the jobs. Well, it's always some other something that is taken away from us. We rarely put the responsibility on the people who are taken away from us. AI did not take your job. AI did not reduce your opportunities. It is a tool. A car is a tool. People buying cars does not take away from the bus and its business. The bus still has a business. People still ride motorcycles. I'm in Texas, people still ride horses to the grocery store. Okay? It's another tool to help you do something. We have computers, we have registers. It has not taken away from calculators. Still there. Count on your fingers. Still there. It is a tool and should be treated as such. So now that I've said that, let me get back to it. The question was, what is the one task that you want to automate? What one thing can you take to help you get more time back into the day? Because you're one person, but you can operate as a plethora of people if you use your tools appropriately. Some of us have a thing about change, and change is inevitable. Every day things are changing. Your face, your eyes, your ears, that's called change. Okay? The trees growing, your flowers blooming, that's called change. It's going to happen. The question is, will you be prepared when it arrives at your doorstep? That's the question. You can be. If you are currently a solopreneur, a freelancer, a small business owner that has not wrapped your arms around using this next version of a tool that's been around for a while, one, ask yourself why. That's one. But let me tell you how this tool can help. And I'm sure you've heard this before, so this is not new for you. But using AI as a freelancer, solopreneur, small business owner, there are some batching capabilities there. It can definitely help you tell your value first story. And I'm going to throw out a couple of software apps that I use right now. I use OneUp. I use Cast Magic. I use Copilot. I know a lot of you use Canva. There's AI all throughout. All of that has some AI built in. Every single one has AI built in. Now, for me, being the Virgo that I am, I like working in the future because I want to do real face-to-face things with my time. So I use OneUp. Allows me to create a post, social media post, and schedule it to a variety of social media platforms and sit back and relax. Literally be on the beach when it is launching or work in the future. I like using a Cast Magic. So I can take this recording, put it in Cast Magic. It will do the transcription for me, that I can now take it and make a carousel, add to a blog post, create a reel or a short, ask questions, like 5,000 things and then some if I want to. I enjoy using Copilot. I want to make sure it's going to talk back to me. That's the AI assistant I prefer. Scheduling, travel ideas, is this real? I want to do this, like all the things. Practice my French. I mean, the conversations. I'm like, lentement, s'il vous plaît, lentement. And then there's Canva. How many times have many of you used Canva to create a visual, what's the part? Well, I guess visuals for your brand. Yeah. Writing. Advertising pieces. Yeah. Because, back in the day, you had to have like some real design skill. But nowadays, you can take a picture with your phone, put it in Canva, find a great background, put that picture in, remove that picture background, adjust the lighting, add typography, because, and it will even suggest to you what letters, what fonts go together, what colors go together. Don't you love real life? Now, let me just say this as I go over it. I do have on Do Not Disturb. But, family phone calls will always come through. So I was like, this better be good. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's go back to this about Canva and the visuals and design and layout and how using AI in Canva can help you create a consistent brand image and message. Like, they have brand kits They have tools to help you, again, select the right colors so that you don't have to keep thinking, was that green or that green? You can create this brand kit and it will go over what works well together. Yeah. That's all AI as a partner. So here's the question, right? Here is that question. What is one value you want your brand to reflect? What is that one value? So let me go to this very next thing as you think about that, because people see AI as, again, this thing that they're competing with. It is the same tool that you have used through everything. Could you write things by hand? You could, but you could use a typewriter or a word processor, or at this point your computer, or do a voice note. These are tools. We cannot, and I hate saying can't, but I'm going to say it. We cannot get caught up in the story that is being told right now, that AI is this all-knowing thing that cannot be controlled. It is a human, and it has always been a human that is controlling it. How you choose to use the tools available has always been and will always be your choice. That is it. That is it. These are your choices. We are talking about choosing to use the tool in an ethical manner, in the manner that whoever created it, the persons who created it, more than likely imagined it would be used as a way to make life easier for you, your customers, your vendors, your partners. It is a tool. The kitchen. Could you build a fire outside as if you were camping and cook dinner? You could. Or you could put it on your stove, but the stove takes too long for some people. The oven takes too long for some people. I'm going to go to my air fryer, my convection oven. These are all tools. Tools. How you choose to use those tools is up to you. So let's use these AI tools as solopreneurs, as freelancers, to not only make our life easier, but to enhance the service that we deliver to our customers. Okay, let's do that. So let me tell you how I use it, because people are always like, oh, how do you use it? What are you doing? Let me tell you what I am doing. Because you still have to have some knowledge of what you do and what you want to do in order for this tool, which is one of the, if not the absolute best liar on the planet. The best liar. Story time. The washing machine, another tool, was behaving badly. It didn't want to wash. And I recall seeing that I could use my tool to look at what I'm looking and it tell me what I'm looking at. I think it was Gemini Live. And so I turned it on. I'm like, what does this mean? What does this error code mean on this washing machine? She says, oh, it means blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, great. She identifies the code. I now know what's wrong with my washing machine. I can proceed. So I went to my other tool, scanned the sticker and said, tell me how to find the part for this particular washing machine. My tool says, oops, we got a problem. You have seemed to have scanned a VIN sticker from a Nissan Altima. And I said, no, I did not scan and upload a sticker from a Nissan Altima. This sticker is from a washing machine. My tool says, oh, yeah, you're right. I got confused. I was like, kind of confusion. Look, I get that it is a grand tool, and it can scrape the internet and pull anything in for you. It is still a tool. If you are driving and you decide to take your hands off the wheel and you don't have like automated driving in your car, because some people have that, your car will just do whatever it does. So if it ends up in a ditch, it ends up in a ditch. Why? Because you are no longer controlling that tool. Okay? It's a tool. So yeah, it's going to give you some stuff, but you have to know what you're looking for. And full disclosure, you should also question as it tends to say, hey, this thing can make mistakes. It's like, that's not right. Like, no, where'd you get that from? It's not right. It hallucinates. It does all the things. Okay. Let's get back to it. So for me, I sit down with the ideas of what I want to do. I know what I want to do. Sometimes I'm not so sure how to implement it. So I do a lot of video recording for personal projects. And using my tool, I was able to create, if you will, this musical score that says, okay, for this first scene, since you want it to be emotionally entangled and to grab your audience's interest, you should use this kind of music. And you should have it build up to this point. And then, and I was like, yeah, okay, got it. It can help you do that. It can help you enhance your creativity. If you have no clue, it will give you whatever is out there. And keep in mind, it's a collection of everybody who's using it. So again, it can make mistakes. But you have to know what it is that you want for it to get you there. I wanted to write some JSON code. You gotta know what it should look like to be like, that code looks kind of funny. You just can't say, give me some JSON code and it'll give it to you, but what's it gonna do? You have to have some knowledge. So when we talk about AI as being this all-knowing thing, it is not. This human brilliance right here, this right here, it doesn't replace it. It amplifies your message. It amplifies it. It doesn't take you out of the equation. You have to be there. You are the driver of this vehicle. But it can make things lighter for you. So I go on a tech disconnect twice a year. And this year, I talked to my AI tool and said, I want to create a collection of posts and polls that talk about elder caregiving, perimenopausal skin, and other health concerns, that talk about fashion, that talk about money, that talk about relationships, that talks about operating with adult children. Now, I didn't stop there. I gave it my thoughts on what I see as some of the concerns that happen. Prime example, elder care. You see commercials, they're all happy-go-lucky, everybody's smiling and laughing. But the fact of the matter is, it is another job. And all the days are not happy-go-lucky. And you are having to work with the person who has independence, who is slowly losing their independence, and what that feels like. There is a financial component. There is the mental component. There is the emotional component. That's real. But I have to tell it what the people I am talking to, the ladies I interact with, what our concerns are and what we see. That in a lot of families, caregiving falls on the daughters, if they have them. It does, falls on a woman. So I'm having these conversations. I'm putting my ideas of some of the issues and thoughts shared with me in my circle. And I'm like, hey, I want to talk about this with other women. Help me figure that out. And then together, a little fun banter, we figure this out. There is a way to make it happen. There is a way to say, hey, I want to do a campaign on senior sessions, but I don't want to do the traditional thing. I want something different for my customer who I have told my AI tool about. Gave them the avatar, what they like, what they don't like, all the psychographics. I want you to help me create a campaign that does this, 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 and this. You gotta have an idea. You gotta give it a starter. So it needs some kindling to this fire. That's what your tool is there for. That's why it's a partner. And even if you have it assist you with writing, you must edit. Please, for the love of all that is holy and good in this world, please edit. Because it has to be you, right? Like it needs your voice in there. Otherwise, it's like everybody else. Okay, let me wrap this up because I've been talking. And I know we have talked about how to use it. I've given you how I use it. I've talked about what it can do. So here's my question for you right now. What win feels most doable right now? What do you think you can do right now to see how AI can help you as a partner? What can you do? What do you believe would be a win for you right now that is doable? Because the whole idea of being here and seeing this is to do something. Try or try not. Do or do not. There is no try. Okay? We gotta do some stuff. So here's my homework for you. Here's my homework. Start with one small win. Whatever that little thing is, that if I can get my workflow created, if I could get an email sequence created, I'm winning. Start with that. Start with one thing that you can do. And think about the tool that you want to use. You know, tools are not one size fits all. Everybody's using ChatGPT. I think it's great for them. Copilot is built on it, but Microsoft has its own things tuned into that. And he just stopped. Don't say a word. Thank you. No, thank you. They're like dogs. They're listening to see how they can help you. Pick your tool. But what one thing are you going to do today that will help you reduce the confusion, remove the overwhelm, get rid of the burnout? Because AI is your partner. It's your partner. Now, before we leave, right, I want to show you a couple of things coming up that you might want to attend. We host a work and chill every Thursday, 1 to 4. You can come in and work with some good people. It's a come and go, so you don't have to stay the whole entire time. But every Thursday, 1 to 4, it is on the Go Brunch platform, which is best, in my opinion, on a laptop or a desktop or a tablet. You can use your phone, but it can be a little, depending on your screen, it can be kind of hard to see. It can be small. But that is every Thursday. We have that going on. We also have our YouTube workshop coming back. That is February 11th. If you've ever considered using YouTube, either for your business, which I highly suggest, or yourself, this is the time to get in there, get it done. So we have this workshop. It's coming back. That is on our Luma calendar. So see that link in the description or in the bio. That is there. And then lastly, if you have not gotten on our email list, The Intentional Creator, I welcome you to do so. I send out an email once a month. I'm not trying to overwhelm anybody, including myself. I believe in being organized. So check out that. But we talk about selling, mindset, planning, all the things for a solopreneur, and living life, because a life is more than just working. Can we please agree to that? Life is more than just working. And if you believe that I may be the person to help you get yourself together, you could also schedule a quick chat for us to talk about what we could possibly work on together. We have that on your screen, where you can scan the QR code. We have that on the screen. So with that, I am happy to be back. I mean, I know there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. But we are here. We are still here. You have a vision. You have a story to be told, to share with the world. I am sharing mine. So happy to have you. So happy to have you here. Get all my words together. So happy to have you here. As we get into this new year, this 2026, we do have a lot planned for this year. So we're going to see what happens, because planning is one thing. Execution happens to be another. What can I tell you? But until then, we're going to see you guys in 2 weeks. Enjoy your day.